Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
Back at Tulski Field, many of the Marian fans still celebrating in this holy war, and why wouldn't they? They had a 41-0 beatdown of the St. Joe Indians tonight. Marian down 3-0, St. Joe 0-3 on the year. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray on the Trademark Irrigation postgame show. Marian is about the fourth football team we've seen this year where you come away and you say, man, that's an impressive football team. And it was unfair for me to ask Bo to rank him because I wouldn't want to rank him. That Chittard, Elkhart Central, Edwardsburg, Marian, they're all really, really good.
And if this was the old days where the clock didn't continually run in the fourth quarter, Marian might have hit another 50-pointer tonight. It could have happened. Yep. The thing is, the domination came on the defensive side. They held St. Joe to 44 yards. And again, St. Joe suffered a couple of injuries. Their starting quarterback wasn't available tonight. They don't want any excuses. They just want to get better, and they've got an opportunity to do that against a real tough schedule coming up. So good week for St. Joe to continue to take the positives you can find out of a game like this. And they did stop Marian a few times. Marian had about 800 yards in punting tonight, but so did St. Joe certainly. And I tell you what, Marian was very opportunistic. Defense scored a touchdown. They threw for a couple. They ran for a couple. It was a complete domination, and that's so rare in this series.
Well, in fact, for the season, Marian's defense has scored 12 points. They've only given up 6. So kudos to the Marian defense, and as we continue those kudos, we might as well do it with our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise player of the game. He's standing by now with Bo Hunt.
Standing by with our player of the game, Miguel Ortiz. Miguel, first off, man, what a great victory it is against the St. Joe team, 41-0.
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, last year we lost 7-6. Their offense is pretty good, so we know we had to stop John running. He's a pretty hard runner, so we just had to get the players to the ball.
You play both ways, defensive line, offensive line. First off, let's talk about this defense. State-ranked defense, holding opponents under 3 points a game. Just talk about how fierce this defense is.
You know, we have a lot of returners, so that's a big help. But most of all, we have younger guys stepping up, and I mean, they're not scared to play, and we're ready to play anyone.
Offense averaging almost 50 points a game. Just talk about how nice it is with an offense putting up that many points as well.
It means a lot. I mean, like our offensive line started off pretty bad. Now we're getting better. We're coming out as a unit, and we're ready to kick it.
I know you guys got Riley next week, and what are your thoughts of moving forward this week?
It was a pretty close game last year, but we're really hoping to come and beat them.
Congratulations on being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. And Bob, the defense also got the job done for our electrical workers, Local 153. Electrifying play of the game. St. Joe had already had turnover problems. They made a change at quarterback, but Luke Leonard didn't fare any better as his pass is tipped by Mitchell Menting into the waiting arms of C.J. Naguna.
Well, and Naguna made a nice return on this, got some help along the sidelines, but the ball was tipped, and when it's tipped, it's a free one to go after, and the Knights did that, and again, took it all the way to the house. So it was a good opportunity and certainly an electrifying play at that point of the game for the Marian Knights.
You could say that the Marian defense swarmed like moths to a light here at Tulski Field tonight, as that's a little problem that we have to deal with in the press box occasionally. Nevertheless, for Marian, 3-0, big game with Riley next week, as Bo alluded to in his interview with Miguel Ortiz. And it doesn't get any easier for St. Joe. They've got to go to New Prairie and take on the third-ranked team in 4A. You take a look at that schedule that St. Joe has played. Yes, they're 0-3. The 3 teams they've played are going to be 9-0 by the end of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's such a good year here in Northern Indiana. We've got a lot of teams ranked in all the classes, and it's going to be fun to watch how it comes down, not only in the state rankings, but certainly in the conference battles as well. And big one tonight with Northridge getting a win, and we'll get a chance to see them next week against Plymouth.
Wasn't it nice to have him back, folks? It's nice to have him back.
It was great to be back. Thank you all.
All right, now, next week, don't forget we go down to Marshall County and check out Northern Lakes Conference action. But first, we want to thank our TV 46 crew who helped bring you this one, the bubbly one, Tony Beltran, joined by new people, Dan Ballmer, filling in on audio tonight, doing a real nice job. And Always good to have the crazy one, Dean Korsmo, back there doing the replays. A reminder, college football on the radio tomorrow on Pulse FM. It's a doubleheader. Vanderbilt and Purdue at noon. Eastern Illinois takes on Indiana at 3:30. And next Friday night, down in the Northern Lakes Conference, undefeated Northridge takes on a Plymouth team that managed to hold off Warsaw tonight 24-19. So the 3-0 Raiders take on the 2-1 Plymouth Rockies. Don't forget, the 46 Film Room comes your way on social media every Wednesday. Now for my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freebie. Once again, the final, Marian 41, St. Joe nothing. So long from the Princess City.